I'm Ace, and with me today is Nacho Brado.
Howdy.
Yeah, we're gonna have a good match for you today. It's gonna be Nog versus Domirae, and the runners actually chose to do a gentleman's agreement, and they are starting on the gauntlet with Gasgano. So that's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, not entirely sure where this came from, but hey, that'll be fun.
Definitely. So the gauntlet. It is, in fact, the longest track in the game if you go by distance. So we're going to be on here for quite a few minutes. It's definitely going to be more than 5 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, with how bad Gasgano's boost is when it comes to duration, this off-road patch is going to be very interesting in how they tackle this.
hmm I don't believe he has enough power and length in his boost to make it over there entirely. So they will have to cancel the boost at some point during the off-road, and then we'll have to see how they go from there. Usually, what you want to do on this track is there's one very, very long off-road section. And optimally, what you want to do is you want to boost over the entire off-road section. However, there's only very few pods in the game that can do this properly without having to cancel their boost midway, because there's only so much they can boost for. And Gascano doesn't have a very long boost. So yeah, he probably can make it all the way over there. You see Domirae on that section right now, so you can take a look what he's doing, and you can see it's not quite enough. But we could also see that he could re-enable his boost after he canceled it, so it's probably a good idea to do. And yeah, I'm not sure. Are they actually? Is this live?
Yes, this is the
Okay,
live
I'm
one.
gonna sync them up.
Yeah, I'm not sure how they're half a minute apart, but hey. Yeah, he also saw Dom. He took the shorter path after the the off road there. We'll see what Nock does.
All right, there's gonna be a quite a big pause now on Domirae's side, but after that they should be synced. Yeah, and then we can see how it is looking. Also, did you see if Domirae went for the bowl jump? Because I didn't.
I missed it. I don't think he did though.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh,
oh, too
that's
wide.
unfortunate. I was about to say they are actually pretty close, but then Nock unfortunately missed the exit of the bowl section right there, and yeah, definitely costs a lot of time.
Yeah, Gasgano's very poor turning does not help with that bull turn at all.
Right, Domirae here coming up to the end of lap one, and you can already see almost 2 minutes for a lap. So
Ooh, not catching that
another
rock.
crash for Nock, unfortunately.
Yeah, 204 of two crashes. Yeah, especially Gasgano. Like you don't want to crash and have spend more time here than you want to.
Right, do we still have no game audio? I'm gonna see if I can change that.
Okay. So yeah, we had a gentleman's agreement for the very first track where they're using Gasgano instead of your typical Ben. Why? I have no clue. But that was their agreement, and they both wanted to do this, so here we are. Oh, Dom actually taking a crash entering the tube after the bowl. Ooh.
Oh, that's a rare one. You don't see that every day.
So he's not going to get this again.
Oh.
No, Gasgano's turning.
Yeah, not making the same mistake again, unfortunately.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a deceptively tight turn, the bowl itself.
definitely. Dom making it past the rocks once more. And we'll see how Nock takes it.
Almost a 2-minute lap here. And at
Ooh.
this point, Dom has quite a big lead. So it would probably take 3 crashes from him for Nock to catch up. And that is if she manages to get a clean last lap in.
Yeah. We'll see. It is Gasgano after all. He can draw a wrench in your plans if he wants to. Ooh, Dom catching fire at the end of that. Oh, Nock took a crash there. Yeah, this is looking like Dom's race to win here. Let's see. Yep, clean. Yeah, he's out of here. All right, so congrats to Dom for taking the first one here on Gauntlet with a Gasgano pick. Not crashing right at the end of the tunnel too. That's unfortunate. All right, 603. All right, so now what we're going to be going into is the track bands. So each player now gets 2 permanent track bands for the rest of the match here. So Domirae is banning Mongaza Speedway. Nock is banning Graveline Gateway. Dom is banning Beto's Wild Ride. And lastly, Bunta Classic from Nock. It's pretty interesting. Dom banning Amateur Circuit while Nock banning some Galactic Circuit.
Yeah, definitely. I definitely expected the Mongasa ban from Dom. He basically confirmed it already that he was going to do that. So that's not surprising. And if you watch Dom's screen right now, you can actually see our spectator sheet. Where there's a bit of info for the spectators to see what is going on currently and what's the next track, what are the bands, what are the forces. Yeah.
Yeah, shout outs to King Bean for putting this tracker spectator sheet together to letting
Yeah,
us use.
definitely extremely helpful.
Ooh. All right, I'm liking this pick.
Yeah, so Nock is actually taking Dom to Sunken City and she's forcing no upgrades. So we're gonna see Sunken City, no upgrades. And since Ben was banned, we can pretty much expect for both of them to use a Bowls Raw, which is by far the best spots without upgrades. Yeah, I'm curious how this will go. I do know that Dom has recently practiced this track in particular without upgrades. So I would expect that he is ready for this, but you never know. So let's see where this is going. And if you're curious about the exact rules of this tournament and the current standings, check out the bracket link in chat. There you will find all the info you need. So, they're doing no upgrades. That means that they are only allowed to run stock parts on their Podracer, so no upgrades like the name would suggest. And the biggest difference that this makes is the top speed of the pods. So if you're running with upgrades, each pod has the same maximum top speed, disregarding boosting. However, if you're not running with upgrades and you're just running on stock parts, then each pod has a different base speed without boosting. And it just so happens to be that Bolus Raw has the second highest base speed without any upgrades. There's only one pod that has more base speed, and that is Sebulba. And he doesn't have significantly more, it's only a tiny bit. And due to the fact that Bolus Raw's boost is actually the second strongest in the game, he is by far the best pods if you run without any upgrade. So that's why you see both of our pilots using Bolus Raw here. The second biggest difference is, since they have no cooling upgrade, it will take a really, really long time for their pods to actually cool down. And that means you would see much less boosting than you would see if they would be running with upgrade. And that's basically the main difference. It's another thing to notice that due to them not having any acceleration or repair, any mistake they make will be amplified because they will not be getting up to speed that quickly after losing speed. Or if they get damaged engines, they cannot repair them very quickly because, like I said, they are on stock parts. And yeah, I think we are live, so I'm gonna sync them.
Yeah. Not entirely sure how they got so desynced again, but
Oh, here we go.
Okay.
That should be close enough, I would say.
Yeah, that's good.
So one thing to pay attention to if you see players run no upgrades is how much heat do they currently have? Because just because one player is ahead doesn't mean they are actually effectively ahead at this point. You always have to consider how much heat did they use to get where they are. But it is looking like Dom is definitely a few seconds ahead already here. I don't think Nock took a crash yet, did she?
I don't think so, no. I think Dom's just had better boost management and cleaner lines so far.
It is to be expected, given that Dom is one of the favorites to actually win this tournament, and Nock is a rookie in her first year of participating, so definitely the underdog here against Domirae, who's certainly a powerhouse.
Definitely. Yeah, as you probably saw during the figure 8 section, Nog actually ran against the wall on the outside, and all of that build-up of speed throughout the first lap just went away. So now she's at a much of a disadvantage now.
So far, it is looking pretty solid for both of them, actually. Yeah, there were a few bonks, and like I said earlier, mistakes are definitely amplified due to the lack of acceleration. So any bonk you take will take away base speed from you, and like Nacho just explained, yeah, it takes a while to build that speed back up. But yeah, no crashes so far, which is always good to see. Also answering a question in chat, they are both on PC currently. Although this tournament is open for any platform, the majority of players is running this on PC.
Yeah, just because it's so versatile when it comes to controls, plus you're able to adjust your frame rate, which affects gameplay.
Also, Domirae is not supposed to have a repair part. I don't think he has he?
As a what?
Or did someone in chat ask if Domirae is supposed to have a repair part, which he isn't, and I hope he doesn't have one.
No. No,
He
I
showed
looked through
upgrades,
it. Look,
right?
I'm pretty sure they're all on. They're both
All
on.
right, all right.
No upgrades.
We can always check that back. Yeah, that's a pretty big lead now for Dom due to Nock taking a red engine here and having to repair it. And like I mentioned earlier, that is very costly in the no upgrades scenario. Still no crashes, so definitely impressive. I'm a bit concerned for Nock though, going through this shortcut with an orange engine. So she's preemptively repairing her, which is pretty smart. Ah, okay,
Oh,
that's
but it
unfortunate.
didn't matter. Oof.
Yeah. That's one of the worst crashes you can take in the entire game, by the way, because of the bad respawn point that you get there.
Yeah, that was very unfortunate. Yeah, if Dom keeps this up, this is his to take.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, at this point, it's his. Let's be real. I am curious though, what else Nock has up her sleeve. If there's any interesting picks that she prepared here to maybe take at least one track off of Domirae, which would already be a success for Nock. Because, like I said, Nock very much the underdog in this matchup. Dom is certainly the favorite to take the first place in Group B. I think the only person that could stop him is actually my co-commentator.
Hi.
Yeah. Definitely looking
Knock with the
forward to
last
that match.
minute crash. Oof.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Coming in with a 544 here. I think Dom had a 512. Yeah, so we could see Dom was on, didn't have a repair part here, so it's all good. So let's see where we're going next. There you can see the nice spectator sheet again. So it's Nox track pick. And she used one force so far. So she has two forces remaining. Just to explain real quick, what are those forces for? So using a force, you can either force the next track to be ran without upgrades, like we just saw, or uh, choose the next track to be ran with skips as well. So you can actually combine two forces and say, okay, we're going to run no upgrades and skips on the next track. And the third thing you can do with the forces is you can force additional pod buns for yourself. So you can use a force to bun an additional pod.
Yeah. Speaking of forces, we got some very interesting choice here. So I think this was the shenanigans that Nock was trying to pull against me yesterday.
Yes.
So she has forced Abyss, Skips, but also banning one Sandage.
And that is a very interesting pick because one Sandage is the optimal pod and by far the easiest pod to pull off the Abyss skip with. Metallica did the same thing last year against me, by the way. And that's how he actually at least won one track. So it definitely caught me off guard when it happened to me. So let's see if Dom is prepared for this. He might not be. We will see. But doing this with Mars is quite a different story to doing this with Ram Sandage. It feels quite a bit different. So I definitely have hope here that Nock might take this if everything goes right. Let's see. Now, they're both from Masku, even though Domirae has a different skin, which is essentially a hidden reskin of Masku. It is the same Podrace of in terms of functionality. So they're both from this on the same pod, even though it doesn't look like it. But yeah, I am looking forward to this one.
Yep. This is gonna blink and you miss it. So
Yeah, this is
here we
going to
go.
be hard to sync. I think they're live right now, so
This is it right here. Yep.
Okay, Nock already took a crash. Okay, I'm just gonna leave it here, I think.
Yeah, it's 4 seconds apart. It's not too bad. First climb. Oh, Dom misses it.
Yeah. So
Nock
they're
gets the first.
about even now if Dom gets it now, but he's still stuck. And he gets it. Okay, they're about even. I would say Nock is maybe slightly ahead at this point. If she can keep it clean here, get it again, I think she can take this.
Come on.
Come on, one more time.
There it goes.
Oh, I think
That'll
this
work.
is it. This is a 37 for Nock.
Boom.
Yes, that is it.
And
That is a
yes.
track win for Nock. And Dom
Oh, wait.
oh
He missed it?
no, he was under the impression that he already was on the last lap. I think he messed up one of the previous attempts and he didn't realize. So yeah.
Oh no.
Great pick from Nock. It has to be said. That was a very, very clever strategy. And it paid off.
Absolutely. There it is.
Yeah. Dom finishing with a 108. It was a solid pick here from Nock. Good to see. So that is 1-2 now. Obviously Dom's still in the lead, but like I said earlier, Nock is a huge underdog in this matchup. So even taking one track is already a win in my book.
Oh yeah.
So yeah. Real nice.
So now Dom is on the other side, so he has the chance to use some forces if he so chooses.
Mm-hmm. Which he doesn't.
That's interesting. So he actually banned this as the temporary track ban last race, but now we're going to Baru Coast. And he specifically banned Mars, which is a kind of a safe pick here.
Yeah, for sure. I would actually expect Nock to go bullseye here.
I can
And
see
Dom
that
is
too.
definitely going to pick Ben. I have no doubt about that. Baru Coast is quite a difficult track, though. It's very, very easy to make a mistake here and to just take a crash. Basically, at any point on the track. It is a really, really difficult track.
All right, we should see these guys taking off in about 30 seconds.
So, like I expected, we see Bullseye versus Ben. Ben is for sure the fastest one. Without a doubt. He's by far the fastest. However, Bullseye is a pretty good safe pick. It's not that much slower than Ben. And yeah. He can definitely keep up with Ben if the Ben player makes a few mistakes. And the Bullseye player plays really well.
Definitely. Yeah, this track actually plays to both pods' advantages, to where Bullseye has really good turning and maneuverability. So there is some spots later on that have really tricky turns that Ben is going to have trouble handling. But on the other hand, in this section that they're on now, it's a very big, long, straight stretch. So Dom gets to utilize Ben's top speed here, just zoom way ahead of Nog here.
Yeah, this is a really good example of why Ben is so much faster than Bullseye. It's just his incredibly high speed while boosting. And you can see Dom is already a few seconds ahead.
Yeah, but you can also see that there in that winding section, Nog actually kept a higher average speed throughout it. So that's where Bullseye's advantage comes in. Ooh, that bonk art isn't helping Nog though.
Yeah, luckily Bullseye has a really good repair. So even if you take some damage here, it's not that bad unless you take the red engine, which will impair your turn. So as long as you repair before you get a red engine, it's usually fine. And here you can see what I'm talking about. We're not taking a red engine, paying the price.
Yep.
But that's a 120 from Dom on the first lap. That's a really good first lap time for tournament conditions.
Nice.
Not quite on tourney record pace, but pretty close.
Oh, and
And
good
there's a
decide
crash.
which side of the tree to go on.
That's
Decides to go in
the
the
tricky
middle.
one. I have died on that palm tree more times than I could count. So I don't blame him for that one. Those palm trees really are scary. They might not look scary, but they really are if you go past them with more than 1,000 speed units.
Yeah, they can catch you off guard. Yeah, for anyone that's just arriving, this was actually Dom's pick to go to Brew Coast. Knock actually got a win off of him from Biscuits.
Yeah, that was a very smart pick on Nock's side. And it's a 124 for Dom, second lap with a crash. Very respectable for sure. And he has quite a big lead at this point. It's probably a 15-second lead. But it's going to be very, very difficult for Nock to make up.
Yeah,
That's a new lap record for Nock though.
Right.
126. And like I mentioned earlier, Nock is very much a rookie, so this is her first tournament ever. So I'm definitely looking forward for her to keep seeing her improvements over the course of this tournament.
Yeah, there's actually a good handful of people that are brand new to the tourney scene this year. Very, very exciting to see where they go.
Yeah, for sure. Dom approaching the end here, looking like about a 4 or 5 maybe a 4 or 4. Actually lower than me. Never mind, he crashed again. So my prediction was correct. That's a 4 or 5, a high 4 or 5. Pretty good though, considering he crashed twice. So yeah. Nock also approaching the end of the lap 3 here. Let's see what she can get. Looking like a solid time still. I think Nock crashed once so far, if I'm not mistaken. And yeah, there we go. 427 looks like a PB for Nock, so good stuff.
Nice.
However, Dom is going up 3-1. 3-1 with that. And he needs 5 to win.
Yep, and unfortunately, Nock has no remaining forces.
Yeah. It is going to be difficult from here on to take off another track of Domirae. It's going to be really difficult.
Yeah, Dom is really good at full track. So we will see. All right, so Nock is banning Bullseye and Dom is banning Fire Mountain Rally.
Interesting.
So if Grabvine also permaban, can't do the shenanigans there.
Boon to training. I was about to say I'm expecting a short simple track, and well, there we go. Boon to training course picked by Nock here. So I would say it's a pretty smart pick, because if Dom makes a mistake here and he crashes, and Nock gets in a crashless run, then the possibility is very much there for Nock to take it. However, she is very much banking on the fact that Dom makes a mistake. He basically has to take a crash if Nock wants to win this. But it is certainly in the realms of possibility.
Oh, absolutely.
And you could see Nock's PB here is actually a 138.
Oh.
So that's pretty decent for sure. So Dom can't really afford to make a big mistake. Let's see where this is going. I'm also curious if any of the pilots here is gonna do the jump strat after the exit of the cave, which I would suspect Dom is gonna be doing. I'm not sure about Nock.
Yeah, I don't think that's a strat that she does, if I remember correctly.
If I recall correctly, she has done it in the David Stubbs Memorial Tournament.
Oh.
but I'm not sure if she will stick to it.
I was unaware of that. Okay.
I don't think it went too well for her in that instance. So let's see. We're gonna find out very soon.
Okay, did I just see a 101 with Bumpy
You
on
did,
Dom's
yeah.
side?
You did. So Dom giving away his counter picks here.
Mmm.
Yeah, take notes, Nacho.
Let me write this down.
All right, here we go. I think they're live.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, 1.5 seconds.
Sync them up. Oh, what? I synced the wrong way, pardon me. Yeah. Dom is going for the jump step, and Nock isn't.
Also, a little difference. Dom actually has Savolba with him, as Nock does not. So, having Savolba there as an extra AI puts him in a better position on the starting grid, being slightly to the left. And also, Savolba knocks out the big rocks for you to take a better line on laps 2 and 3.
Yeah, in particular, he knocks out one rock, which Nock already destroyed. So at this point, it isn't really much anymore. The problem right here for Nock is she underheated badly. There was a lot of underheat here. Underheat meaning sitting on 0 heat. You can see at the right side, once players are boosting, you can see a bar filling up. And every time that bar is empty, you are losing time because you are spending time not boosting that you could have spent boosting. So Dom has a significant lead at this point, and it would definitely take a crash or a really, really big bonk for not to catch up. So let's see. Doesn't look like it's happening.
Yeah, I think Dom has it in the clear now.
It's a 136.3, very strong time. And a sub 140 for knockdown. So decent showing, and it just shows if Dom made any mistake here, if he had a crash, Nock would have taken it. So I wouldn't be surprised to see a salty run back here, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, Nock's gonna have to pull something miraculous out, I think, if she wants to take another point off of Dom here.
Yeah, for sure. And like I said, I think the salty run back would be the best option. But we will see. Maybe she has another pick up her sleeve. Here's the bullseye bun again. And the Firemon ready bun as well from Domirae, so just like last round. Oh, well, we will see a salty run back, but not on the Mutu training course, but on Sunken City.
Interesting choice. Okay.
So we're going back to Sunken City, but this time we're doing it with full upgrades. So I'm very much expecting to see Ben Cordinaros picked by both pilots here.
Oh, definitely. For anybody that was around last year, this was actually one of our qualifying tracks. So this will be a little reminiscence. Seeing some Ben on Sunken City.
So this is match point for Domirae. If he takes this, he wins this match. And we're still in the group stage of the tournament. If you want to check out the standings or the rules, check out the bracket in the chat. There you can see the current status of any group. So after the group stage, we will be moving on to a double elimination bracket. And that will be seeded depending on the results of the group stage. So getting a good placement in your group will give you a better seed in the double elimination bracket. And it also has to be said that the last position out of each group will be eliminated after the group stage. So out of the 20 participants, only 16 will move on to the double elimination bracket. And here we go, almost synced already.
Love it when that happens.
Yes.
very slightly.
Very, very slight lead. Nog is kind of low on heat here, but I think she's okay. She takes the shortcut well. Oh, no.
Oh, I should have went for it. Oh, no.
That's unfortunate. That's a big time loss. It's one of the worst crashes you can take, and another one. That's gotta hurt.
Yeah, if you have good enough reaction time, you can definitely, like, if you know you're not going to make the standard shortcut, there's a little bit of a longer shortcut to take, but it's not as bad as crashing and respawning.
Yeah, you can bail out if you realize you're not gonna make it. It is not trivial though. You need good reaction time, like you said, to make it.
Yeah, no, I will say, if that happens to the pod with, say, Mars, there's some obstacles. Because Mars is so big, you might crash into it.
Yeah, very much so.
I've run into that way too many times.
Dom is on pretty good pace here though. He got a 121 first lap, a high 121. So that's definitely a really solid pace. Let's see what he can do here. Taking a slight bonk on shortcut, losing a bit of speed. Not a big deal though.
Other than that, it's very clean.
Not taking another crash, unfortunately.
Right on the door's edge. Shortcut. Oh, right at the exit of it.
Yeah.
That's the worst kind. Because you feel like you get it, and all of a sudden, boom! You're out of there.
Domirae coming up to finish lap 2 here. Still on a really solid pace. Getting a low mid 120 lap.
20. Wow, that is quick. If he keeps this pace, like, he's gonna have a very solid Sunken City journey time here. It's so good it might actually beat out a lot of the last year's qualifying times.
Yeah, he might be headed for a tourney record. So the current tourney record is a 4:02.629 right now. If he keeps this up, he's gonna get a high 4:01.
Yeah, that's blazing fast.
Definitely.
World record is just barely under 4 minutes, right?
Yeah, world record is a 3:59.8.
Yeah, so getting a 4:01 just on its own is very, very impressive.
Looking pretty good. Heat is a little bit low, but I think he's fine. If he gets a good figure 8, this should be turning. Looking like 4:01. 4:02, but it is turning record. Beats out the old turning record by Mike by about 3/10. So, Domirae taking this match.
Well done,
And I think that's his first turning record ever. So, yeah, definitely well done on that. Not taking another crash, unfortunately.
There's unfortunate salty run back from Knock.
Yeah, but it has to be said. She took her track away from Dom, which was all that she really needed, or let's say maybe even wanted here, because she was a big underdog going into this match. So even taking just one track of Dom is a huge success.
Oh, absolutely. Like, that can't be understated. Like, you can never predict what's going to happen, what's going to be thrown at you. So doing Abyss skips without WAN is it's a bit of a shock to do.
Yeah, let's see if they want to join us for an interview. And hello, Knock.
Hello.
Well, I have to say congratulations on taking a track of Dom.
Yeah, thank you. That was all I wanted. I wanted one track.
Now
Why is
I
my
gotta
dog
ask.
barking? No.
I gotta ask though, was that the strat you were gonna use against me?
Against you, I had something even weirder planned to use all three forces
Are you
for
gonna?
Skip's
Oh,
no
I didn't.
up and a pod ban.
Oh, fun.
Oh, gross.
Also, in retrospect, I realized that I am not good with Mars on the Abyss skip and should have gone bumpy.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I can get sub 30 with bumpy, but like my Mars apparently is not that consistent.
I didn't even realize Bumpy was viable for that.
He actually has a higher hover height than Mars.
Huh. The
Yeah.
more you know.
Well,
Yeah,
GG
definitely
knock.
congrats on the win, Tom. There were some pretty good times. I think you got the tourney record on Sunken City by like 3/10. So
Oh, nice.
very nice.
I was disappointed by Baru with the double death, but whatever.
But it's
It is
Baru
what it
for you.
is. Exactly. That was fun.
Yeah,
Looking
no,
forward
was a
to
great
future
match.
matches.
Yeah, we'll see how things shake out in bracket
Yeah,
with
for sure.
the rest of the group stages. I'm looking forward to you versus Nacho. There should be some interesting
Same.
strategies there.
Yeah. I've been practicing no upgrades so that way I don't get 3-0'd and no upgrades like last time.
we'll see.
Yeah. Then I was surprised you did a salty burn back to Sunken, to be honest, Knock.
I messed up in it, and I think I actually had the wrong FPS. But I consider that one of my better tracks.
Okay.
It's a comfort track anyway.
Challenge, please.
Yeah. I like the Aqualaris tracks for like just comfort purposes. They're nice.
There's nothing too scary except for the shortcut, which
Yeah.
I managed to mess up.
Oh yeah, that'll do you. Easy to do. I think the worst one I had was with no upgrades bowls. I lost a lot of speed one time.
Mhm.
But other than that, it was pretty clean, which I'm happy with because that shortcut can easily go wrong in tournament.
Right.
Yeah, you can definitely lose a lot of speed off that for sure.
And I'm guessing we're gonna see more people permabanning MGS when I play.
I was
It's a
practicing
shame,
it
though.
just in case I didn't want to, but then I was like, I shouldn't risk it. I don't want to risk it.
I would have loved to see MGS.
Yeah. I
But I
was
can
trying to
understand.
practice tourney safe stuff, but like, is there really a tourney safe anything on MGS?
Not really.
That's what it feels like.
So speaking of, you guys think we're gonna see a sub 40 MGS this tournament?
I mean, if we get picked there enough, I think it's possible. The problem is that the people, a lot of the people who are capable of doing it, have no motivation to go there.
Yeah,
that's-
I think it's unlikely for that reason, right? I'm picking it because I am fast-ish enough to force people to do semi-risky things, so if they die, I win, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Because if you can get like a 43 consistently, you're going to beat people by 1.5, 2 seconds if they
Right.
die.
So I think the people who are going to pick it the most are the people who aren't capable of a sub 40.
Yeah. I think
Current
if Ace
tourney
gets
record.
put there, he's going to get a 39.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Maybe. The current tourney record is a 40.06, I think. So it is
Oh,
pretty
that's
close,
sad.
but not quite there.
Maybe we'll see it this year. Who knows? Would be awesome.
Yeah, would be nice to see.
I'm certainly looking forward to the conclusion of this group.
Oh, same.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting how it unfolds. I think Knock and the rest of the group probably fighting for third, I would say. Then Nacho and I probably fighting for first, second. I think that's what everybody at least looks at it as being. And it probably is, but
Yeah,
Can't make
I
any
would be very
assumptions.
surprised for it to be different.
yeah.
It'd be interesting to see how I think Dwy Guy has a match coming up soon. That should be interesting. I don't know very much about the other two people in the group.
Yeah, Dry Guy is gonna play me tomorrow. He's in Group A though. You
Oh,
I know,
probably
we
think
have-
about Joggleby.
Yeah, Joggleby.
Okay,
Jog-
right, Geography's in my group.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
he's
a-
a bit of a wild card too, because he just came out of nowhere and he's already showing really good progress.
Yeah, he's
Yeah, and,
somebody who, if he has time to play enough, he's gonna get a lot better. I was also surprised by the Buntu training course pick. What made you think
Really?
of that one? The reason I'm surprised by it is like that one is an easier track, but it's really hard to die on it.
It's the same logic as MGS, though, right?
But MGS is so much easier to die on. That's
Yeah,
the reason that.
It is easier to die on MGS, but I have an okay Ubuntu training time. I think I have a low 138 PB.
Okay.
So it was just another
I
comfort.
mean,
pick.
that's fair.
And I can't beat you on long tracks, right? The longer the track is, the more time your skill has to make up time.
Mm-hmm.
So on a shorter track, I have a better chance, I feel.
Yeah, I think it would be good for you to learn something like Scrappers, because if people I think Scrappers is a higher chance of dying than Buntu training, personally, and not even just on the jump, just in any situation. But that's just my opinion.
Rappers is much more complicated in terms of how you have to approach it, though. But you have a point.
Well, this week is going to be a lot of practice.
Why,
I should
dog?
have some free time in the
Leave me
evenings.
alone. Yeah, I got to keep practicing no upgrade sum and make sure that I don't have any supremely inconsistent tracks. If I get put on a track that I die on by Nacho, it's not going to be a fun time.
I'm
Yeah, I
looking
mean, the
forward to
more
that match. Just saying.
Yeah, it's going to be
That
fun.
should be very exciting. I
As
hope
long
that
as I
one...
don't lose my own counter picks repeatedly, then maybe it'll go fine.
I'm sort of hoping that one will go the full 9.
That would be fun.
Yeah, that would be hype.
That would be hype.
Be stressful, but yeah, it'd be hype.
Oh man, just imagine.
Oh yeah, I mean, as
Because
a
it-
player, I always hope I win, 5-0. But as a spectator, I always hope it goes the full X number of
Yeah.
tracks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I get you.
I'm guilty of that. Oh, show.
Well, GG once again. Also, I just noticed that you got a .999.
Yeah, again. I guess I'm just gonna do that every round. I don't know.
It's pretty
But yeah,
impressive to
GG's.
get that.
It was very fun.
Once again, GG's Dom for winning this match 5-1.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you once again to Speed Gaming for allowing us to partake this tourney on here. Really awesome that this is our 3rd year in a row doing this now.
Yeah, and
well,
shoutouts to Nock for taking a track off one of the tournament favorites.
yeah, very impressive.
I'm
Yeah,
just glad I
GG
made it.
there.
Yeah, congrats on the win, obviously.
And thanks, Nacho, for joining me today. It was fun commentating with you as always.
Bye.
Well.